to let you know that what you're telling us is kind of a little bit weak the way I look at it. So I will be supporting this, the passage of this reso. There will still be one more step on this, and that will be on the council floor. So if you have some other supporting the documents or arguments, you can say it at that time. Thank you.
Thank you, members. Thank you very much, Mr. Rowland. Next registered testifier is Ms. Esther Kia-Aina.
Aloha, Chair Djou and members of the committee. My name is Esther Kia-Aina, Chief Advocate for the Office of Hawaiian Affairs. The Office of Hawaiian Affairs strongly urges the passage of this resolution supporting the passage of the Native Hawaiian Government Reorganization Act with an amendment that we propose in our testimony. OHA, as many of you know, is a quasi-independent state agency established by Hawaii's Constitution and statutes to function as the lead advocate for the betterment of the conditions of Native Hawaiians with elected trustees as fiduciaries for our Native Hawaiian public trust funds. OHA's role as a state level advocate facilitator and liaison, we propose, our proposed amendment would acknowledge OHA's role as state lead advocate facilitator and liaison in the implementation of the Act. Both the state and federal governments will be very important in the implementation, and we believe that OHA is well positioned to help at the state level, not only with our statutory and constitutional obligations, but also with our resources.
Thank you very much. Members, any questions? Any questions? Thank you very much. Is there anybody else here who would like to testify? Oh, I'm sorry, Councilmember Anderson.
Aloha, Ms. Kia-Aina. Has OHA conducted any polls in regards to voters' feelings on the Akaka bill?
You know, I'm actually a new staffer. I've only been on board for 3 months. So if you don't mind, I will follow up and get back to you on that. If they have conducted a poll, it probably would not be recently. But we would probably contend that the majority of Native Hawaiians in our community support the passage of the bill.
And of course, it would probably be beneficial as well if OHA were to measure the pulse of the entire community rather than just the Native Hawaiian community, because we will need kokua from all of our community in order to see this through.
Very good point, Council Member. I will actually take that back to the trustees and our CEO.
If we could just get that back prior to our April meeting when this will come to the full council, that would be wonderful.
Okay. And when is the next council meeting?
April 24th. 21st, I'm sorry, April 21st.
And it would be probably the latest information that we have on that front.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I have no further registered testifiers here. Is there anybody else here who would like to testify on Resolution 10-56? See no additional testifiers. Members, this is what Chair is going to do. First, I'm going to propose amending it to a CD1. The CD1 was submitted by Council Chair Apo and make some technical changes to the original resolution. The one substantive change is it changes the language in the first be it resolved to support a final version of the Native Hawaiian Reorganization Act instead of the Native Hawaiian Government Reorganization Act. And then I'm going to go into discussion on this, and I don't really want to prolong discussion if the council doesn't really have direct control over this. So first off, is there any objections to amending Resolution 10-56 to the CD1 as circulated on your desks? See no objections, is so amended to CD1. Now, I'm going to open it up for discussion. Chair is willing to recommend approval and forwarding on to the full council Resolution 10-56 CD1, noting support for a version of the Akaka bill. But I will open it up for discussion because I don't think this is going to be voted. Councilmember Okino.
Mr. Chair, I would recommend that I'm going to move to defer this thing. Okay? Number one, like you said, we don't have any direct effect on this thing. Number two, there are too many questions about this, and it's hard. I think it's hard for us to determine whether this is a good bill or not. There are too many questions about unconstitutionality of this bill. I doubt if the Hawaiian community is in its majority in favor of this. I mean, I've heard too much from the other side, from several other sides that don't like this at all. There's strong feelings out there. Why would we want to put ourselves into something like this you know, when we don't really know what we're getting into. I mean, it's not that I don't support any kind of remediation to what happened to the Hawaiian Nation. In fact, I'm very sympathetic to that. But I'm just not sure this is the way to do it. You know, we don't even know what the impacts of it's going to be. You know, I cannot vote for it. I mean, not because I have no sympathy for what's happened to the Hawaiian people, but I just don't know whether this is going to be good for anybody, and whether it will even hold up under constitutional muster. You know, so I'm going to have to just unless you, I move to defer.
Okay.
Let's see what happens.
Members, before I take your motion, Councilmember Okino, let me just throw it out to the discussion point to the members. There's no time urgency per se for the Honolulu City Council. I'm not looking at any federal funds for the council. The chair of the committee will also note that neither the introducer of this bill nor the introducer of the amendment are here. And I do want to give both of them an opportunity to respond to some of Councilmember Okino's concerns that he has raised. The chair is happy to defer this for 1 month to allow Councilmember Del Cruz and Apo to voice their opinions on this. I want to hear from the committee. I want to see if we can build consensus, and I want to move on relatively quickly on this because I don't want the committee's time consumed on this particular measure. Committee members, give me your thoughts on this. Councilmember Anderson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would staunchly oppose Councilmember Okino's motion to defer this measure. As one of two part Hawaiians on this council, I feel that we should forward this, move this resolution forward, irregardless of how any of us feels on the Akaka bill. I feel that we should move this resolution forward in our process and allow the discussion, a further discussion to take place before the final council later on this month or at another time deemed necessary by the council chair and yourself as the committee chair. So I feel that we should move forward, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Other comments, Councilmember Okino?
I spoke earlier to the...
Cachola, it's getting late here, Romy. Councilmember Cachola, my apologies. To both of you. Councilmember Cachola.
One thing is, I look younger than
Yeah.
I spoke earlier and I supported, I stated that I will support the passage of this resolution. And because there's still one more step to be taken, and that's before the council as a whole. And if we deal about constitutionality, question, etc., it's up to the courts to decide on that matter, the way I look at it. As to the absence or excuse made to the introducer of the FD1 as well as this resolution, we can always hear from them later. Even we deliberate that in the full count during the full council, and that will be April 21. And the reason why I think it's a good discussion that we're having is we got to really look and hear from different viewpoints. I know that the Hawaiian community, they have organizations opposed to the Akaka bill. And I don't think they're here right now to articulate. And this is a signal from us that if they're really interested in for us to look into this matter further and thoroughly, that they should come in and give input to what this resolution is all about. At this point in time, those who made the testimony against this or have concerns about it, the way I look at it, it's too weak at this point in time. Hopefully by April 21, when there is full council deliberation on this matter, we will more or less know exactly what is the position of each side. So I'll be supporting the passage of this and opposing the request to defer this
Councilmember Kobayashi.
This resolution.
Thank you for calling me Councilmember Kobayashi.
Then there's problem.
Yeah. I would support moving this forward, and I would also request that we consider the amendment proposed by OHA. Thank you.